asking for the highest, most beneficial divine information coming through only. Hello everybody, hello friends, hello fans. My name is Britt. I do personal horoscope readings for us to get to know ourselves better, to know our strengths and possibilities and why we came here in the first place, and also to get to know other people better so that we can communicate more in the most beautiful and peaceful and loving way towards each other to make this planet a better place. Astrology is built upon the mystic and intimate connection between the heavenly bodies and mankind, and is one of the great secrets of initiation and the ancient mysteries. Ooh, how about that? Welcome to this reading about the full moon in Aquarius, happening today, the 19th of August 2024 at 1925 Central Europe time. So we'll be talking about how I see this full moon and the build-up. Is this full moon pointing to the age of Aquarius? Is it pointing to this new earth that we've been hearing about? Because in many cases, Aquarius is a symbol of the new. And it is also pointing towards Pluto, the great transformer that is now moving from 0 degrees Aquarius still and back into Capricorn for the last time in 250 years. It's going to be there only for a short period, a couple of months. And it's taking this couple of months to revisit and take down the last illusions of our Capricornian system that we all have built our lives upon for hundreds and hundreds of years without asking any questions if this is for the higher good of humanity, which would be one of the goals of Aquarius. The build up to this full moon has been intense, especially if you are on the awakening path and if you are a sensitive soul. Everyone on this path will have felt it, still feeling it, either physically, mentally, emotionally, or spiritually, or all in one big pot of soup. Aches and pains, exhaustion, doubts, fears, anxiety, blockages, all of this. We have lots of planets retrograde at the moment, pushing us to go inside and question ourselves and our lives. One of them being Chiron, retrograde in Aries. Chiron is known to be the wounded healer, that part of us, the wound in us, coming from past lifetimes or earlier in this lifetime, in early childhood, a wound that makes us a healer later on. So now in Aries, the I am sign, people are running around asking themselves, who am I on a deeper level? Why am I doing what I'm doing? What is my purpose? So what I have learned through my spiritual studies is that our purpose is not necessarily linked to what we do for everyday work. It is rather being a transmitter, a receiver and sender of divine information through our spine, the 33 letters of the 33 steps of Jacob's ladder, and the pineal gland. So that when we upgrade and detox this magnificent technology that the body is, technology being Aquarius, we can all go around and change our environment just by walking on this planet. So it's not exactly what you do for a living or what method you're using, but rather who you are and the healing, loving frequencies you are sending out from your beating heart and your being. So Aquarius, known to be the water bearer, carries the urn of wisdom. And it's now time to put this urn upright. Throughout these intense years of learning and unlearning, maybe mostly, each and every one of us now has this new urn of water with us, an urn filled with new wisdom, and it's still expanding. And are we ready now to start sharing from this with those who are thirsty? The mantra of Aquarius on a soul level would be, I am the water of life, which is poured out to the thirsty. So sharing your wisdom, sharing your heart, sharing your love, sharing your kindness is what this full moon might be about. The full moon will happen on 27 degrees, 15 minutes of Aquarius. And at the same time, of course, the sun will be in the opposite sign at the exact same degree. So sun in Leo, in its own sign. Leo, the fun, loving, heart-pumping energy of enthusiasm and inspiration and creativity, accompanied with Mercury in retrograde, our communication, and Vesta. So with Mercury retrograde for these 3 weeks, we know it's about going inwards and communicating from the heart. Leo is asking us to always communicate from the heart. And it's a great time for the lovers to communicate. And this party of 3 with Vesta, I think this is quite interesting because Vesta relates to the classical goddess of the heart and family, and is known to be the keeper of the flame of life. So combined with Aquarius moon, with the urn of wisdom or water, the water bearer, then Vesta being the keeper of the flame of life, this asteroid symbolizes tradition, dedication and service, and focused behavior and efficiency. Vesta's energy usually signifies, or Vesta's energy often is apparent at endings. Full moons are always endings. And she appears when the flame of life that it has supported is extinguished. So something is ending here, something old is ending, just so that something new can come into our lives. So we have this beautiful feminine energy of Vesta in the lion's heart, and also with Mercury. How do we communicate? What should we communicate? This is interesting for this full moon. The full moon ruler is Uranus. Uranus is the ruler of Aquarius. Where is Uranus at this time? Uranus is at the exact same degree, 27 degrees of Taurus. And this makes a square between the sun and Uranus and the moon and Uranus. So we're seeing all these planets at the end degrees of signs, signifying endings. And although endings sometimes can be hard and bring grief, remember, with endings comes always new birth, new beginnings. So the sun and the full moon is making an exact T-square to Uranus. So let's talk about Uranus. What is Uranus? Uranus is the great awakening. It is the new, it's the rebel. It is a revolution. In tarot cards, it is the Fool. So it's going out on a limb without really knowing the outcome of what we're doing. So going out on a new adventure. Uranus is to expect the unexpected. It's sudden changes. It has to do with the future. It is Kundalini energy. It is galactic information. It is the individual expression, the eccentric in us. It is linked to higher consciousness, esoteric wisdom. And this compared to the human mind, I heard somebody say we use only 3% of our mind capacity at this time. And imagine when we tap into the full potential of our minds. And now also with Uranus tapping into the cosmic minds, cosmic mind, the cosmic heart, having downloads, insights, inner guidance. Uranus is also connected to natural disasters like earthquakes and volcano outbreaks. So it's sudden changes, it's shocks, and we have seen lots of volcanic and earthquake situations happening all around the world. Last one I heard about is in Japan. So yes, all of these outer things also happening on the inside, so outer and inner volcanoes. It is rituals, it's white magic connecting the lowest and highest expressions, the love of one, unconditional love. It is to practice what the soul wants, bringing heaven to earth, and is also connected to internet and airfare. So with Mercury retrograde, which is also sometimes linked to flights being cancelled, communication problems, internet going down, this might also happen during or before and after this full moon. So the full moon is in Aquarius, also called the blue moon, and it is in Aquarius. Excuse me for being a little bit hesitant and a little bit like woo, but I've had some really hard physical days last 2 days. For me, I wasn't even sure I was going to be able to do this video, so please excuse me. It feels like my energy is lower than I would want it to be, but it is what it is. So Aquarius, what is Aquarius? If you have your sun, your moon, your rising, or any other planets in Aquarius, but we all have it somewhere, but a little bit more hidden without the planets. It is the genius in you. It is the eccentric. It's the one who sees into the future, who understands things others cannot understand or see yet. So seeing something 10 years before everyone else. This is Aquarius. It is again the new compared to Capricorn, which signifies the old, Pluto moving into Capricorn for a little while and then back into Aquarius, the new. It is freedom, it is humanity, it is communities, like strengthening again these communities powered with love. It is power to the people, it is the future. Again, it's the genius you, it is your creative currency, it is energy, ether. It is breaking the limits of our own belief systems, of our minds. It is technology, new technology. It is AI, but being aware we have to make sure we use this technology for the betterment of Mother, Father, Earth. It is new earth, it is hope, energy, healing for humanity's best. It's liberty, equality, it is timeless wisdom, it is magic, it is out of space and time. It is again the water bearer that has this great mix, intuitive mix of intuitions and sensibility or common sense. And we're all excited to see Pluto moving into Aquarius for the next 20 years, starting November 20th this year, just after the US elections. So, yeah. During this full moon, planet of Pluto, the great transformer, the great destroyer, Pluto is fear because it breaks down things. So Pluto is active in this full moon, obviously because it is on 0 degrees of Aquarius, and it is the last full moon before Pluto now moves into Capricorn for a couple of months. So in this full moon, Pluto, together with Neptune, is making a yod called the finger of God, pointing towards the Sun, Mercury, and Vesta in Leo. What is this signifying? Could it be signifying that, because Leo is joy, it is enthusiasm, it's inspired, it's creation, it is the Lion King. Could it signify joy, sovereignty, authenticity, creativity, integrity, knowing right from wrong? Something, I feel that this Pluto yod with Neptune is pointing to something that is coming for you to be allowed to be you, for you to take center stage with your beaming heart, Neptune. With your beaming heart as your superpower, your love being your superpower. Love being the superpower of your higher self. And the midpoint of this yod would be, of course, the moon in Aquarius at 27 degrees. And the moon is the hierarchical ruler of Aquarius. And the hierarchical ruler has to do with the higher self and spirit. I will read my notes here. Hierarchical rulership signals the highest expression of both the planet and the signs. Planets in the royal role have the opportunity and duty to express the exemplary qualities. Doing so, the planet brings forward not only the excellence of itself, but also of the sign it hierarchically rules. It points directly to a set of characteristics that the higher self is focused upon in this life. Focused in order that these qualities will be more vibrantly expressed, as well as mined for all they can provide to others. This is a categorical evolutionary leap, not just a simple stretch. So an evolutionary leap would be Aquarius, would be Uranus. So the moon is actually in Aquarius, and it's like pulling us to look at our highest expressions, the expressions of our higher selves. And this is what's so beautiful about astrology, because it teaches us about the lower expressions of us and the higher expressions, so that we can stretch into those higher expressions and little by little become the person, the woman or the man that we really want to be, and that we can feel this integrity in ourselves. So this full moon is sending Pluto into Capricorn for the last time in 250 years or so. In less than 10 days, Pluto will be back in Capricorn before it re-enters Aquarius in November and will change humanity and our minds, Aquarius, forever. Pluto is going back to finish something. It has unfinished business in Capricorn. Capricorn being all the structures, all the systems that we have lived from for ages. And with Uranus now in Taurus, it may have to do with inner and outer resources, our inner values, and also about money. In all cases, some old systems are going down in us and around us for us to grow on a soul level. It's all about soul growth. So, expect the unexpected. Okay, so we have something else going on. It is, there's another hard communication going on here on this full moon, and it has to do with Saturn in Pisces. I've talked about this in my other videos, and Jupiter and Mars in Gemini, and Venus. All of these planets now talking to each other, but it is kind of a hard communication. They're in a square to each other. So I'm interpreting this as Saturn is making it hard to express in community at the moment, as it is in a square to Mars and Jupiter in Gemini, which would be communication. So Jupiter and Mars in Gemini in general would be like Mars energy, Jupiter expanded energy and growth, and Gemini communication. So you should think that something would just come out, maybe forcefully, and we couldn't help it, but we would have this need to really express it. But Saturn in this equation is making it a little bit hard to communicate at the moment. It's like there is a house corner that we have to walk around to get to it. And it could feel like something that you really, really want to express, that is here in your chest, in your heart, but it's kind of being stopped. So Saturn is preventing us from doing it. But this is when we know about this, we can actually transcend the power of the planets and make up our mind. I really need to express this from my heart, because it will free up so much energy, Mars, and bring so much growth and joy, Jupiter, pleasure, into the lovers area of your life, Gemini. So knowing about this hard aspect with Saturn, we can transcend these energies of the planets and take the leader role, and trust, because Venus, the lover, the beauty, the divine feminine, is involved in this situation. And she's gonna ask us to speak from the heart, whatever needs to be expressed. So if it is for your highest good, and if it is for service of humankind, why not use the courage of the lion, the sun in Leo, and this full moon to say goodbye to these old tendencies of blockage, and use the fun and loving energies to go out on a limb and express what has been in your heart for this long time. Imagine all the energy it will free up inside and outside of you. So this is about communication and information personally, but then again on a more collective level, global level, it has to do also with the information we're receiving, and could also have to do with media. So this image came to me. I've had it before, I saw it again yesterday. It is this image of this beautiful ornamented box. You've seen these boxes with all these crystals on it. And in my mind, I was opening the box, like excited to see what's in this beautiful box, like a Christmas present. And then the way it's been wrapped is just so beautiful. So it makes the anticipation of what could be inside of it even greater, right? And I was sliding open this box, and it was like this pale pink silk tissue inside of it. And I was looking inside, and there was nothing inside. And then I remembered this was given to me before. It is not what is inside the box. It is the box itself that is the gift. So the box is life, And it is the experience of life that is the main thing, not what we put into it. So just being here on earth in this exciting yet challenging time, this is the gift, this is the magic, this is Aquarius. So to finish this, I saw this old lady talking about the 5 L's, which is also the box of life. The 5 L's. The 2 first L's, the letter L, is life and love. That life happens through love. That all life is created with love, through love. And then the second L is laughter. And that laughter brings life. And that laughter without love is cruel. And that laughter with love is joy. The third L is labor. Labor without love is painful. It's pain. Whereas labor with love is bliss. The 5th one is listening. Listening without love is misunderstanding and separation. Listening with love is understanding. Love being the teacher. Love being the healing. As we help others, we help ourselves. All healing happens because of love. So thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for listening with love and listening with your whole body. Card reading of today. I remember. Soul plan. The fated life versus the destiny life. I remember. There's a person sitting around a well of water, and we see all these ether, Aquarian, Uranus energies coming in from above and from the core of the earth. Let's see what this card has to say for us. I remember. Soul plan, the fated life versus the destiny life. There was a moment before you were born when you chose the conditions of the life you're living right now. When you plotted out these exact moments along the timeline of your life. We live in a world of free will, and therefore these moments become our destiny only through saying yes. The fated life is the one we were born into. The destiny life is the one our soul chooses. And it takes courage, Leo, and faith. If you pull this card, it's because you are likely now face to face with the choice to follow the destiny life over the fated life. To trust the path your soul is calling you towards. and to remember that this moment was pre-arranged on your life's timeline. You may find yourself at a crossroads, at a moment when you're being called to make a decision, yet of God, to keep walking the perfectly laid out path before you, or choose the one less traveled, Uranus, leap of faith, the Fool. You may be facing a change, Uranus, or you may be facing a change of career, a new relationship, a difficult decision, or something else that requires courage and faith. Speaking your heart. You're being invited to remember your soul's greater plan and to surrender to it. When you're confronted with a path that's undefined, it's normal for doubt to rear its head. In fact, this is a certain sign that you're facing your soul's greater plan. Isn't that beautiful? When you're facing doubt and fear, it is a certain sign that you're facing your soul's greater plan. Every hero in his or her life journey comes eye to eye with doubt. The only way around it is through it. So the only way around the house corner is walking around the house corner. It is all part of the larger plan. Starseed Soul Inquiry. What are you being called to do to surrender to your soul's plan? So with this, wishing you a beautiful full moon. May you be safe and protected. May you be peaceful. May you be filled with love. And until next time, bye for now.